Life never dies, although we live in midst of change and death. Only the form shall pass away, and not the Spirit's breath.
All the time because we do Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls projects, and everybody that's coming is somebody that you are going to just sit there and say, where did these people come from? They're so exciting. They are all, I have to tell you, I'm honored to know all of them. And Gordon Tapper, who gave us, I expected one room.
Shirley's here.
Who's our coach? That's wonderful. Gordon Tapper, who he's the president of the African Congress of the UN. And that's why, and he's dragged me to mosques, he's dragged me to churches, all over. I dragged me to the Bronx. I told him I don't go to the Bronx, I need a passport. And he said to me, you have to come to the Bronx. So I went to the Bronx to teach in schools. And that's it. Okay, so I did enough with Linda. I already gave Shirley can listen to the tape.
I'm not here.
I know you're
Hello. Hi, sweetheart. We miss you.
Oh,
Okay.
it's better late than never.
I'm just, may I say what an honor it is?
It's
Okay.
my birthday. I wanted to sleep in.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh,
honey.
happy birthday.
And I shared my birthday with King Charles.
Okay, listen.
Wow.
Ugh.
Only royalty are born on such a day.
That's right.
Wow.
He's also, I
You
want
know
to tell
what? You know what,
okay,
Shirley?
he's
You
the
are
craziest person I know.
more important than King Charles.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shirley, what you'll do
That's a
is
compliment.
Of
you'll
course,
listen-
it's a compliment. Yeah.
Shirley, you're gonna listen to the tape and you'll see what I said before, because I'm not going over it again, okay? It's not a
Okay.
big deal.
No.
And you know most of that stuff anyway. So I'm just gonna fill you all in on one thing so we don't have to talk about it, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Shirley because I'm exhausted.
Okay.
I was diagnosed with something that it's not defined, but it's like long-term cancer, and the fact that I'm fine. I mean, it's not gonna kill me, but I'm just gonna keep getting it every 3 years because I have such bad DNA. My mother couldn't give me
Strong
millions.
lady. Strong lady.
My mother couldn't give me millions. Instead, she gave me cancer. So every 3 years, something like that will happen. But he's not worried. He said you could live a long and productive life if you follow directions. I go, I can't be bothered. I said to him, he came to talk to me last week. I said, I have work to do, please. I said, is it going to kill
Well,
me?
you might come out in front of a bus or something, too. So.
He said to me, I said, is it going to kill me? He said, no, it won't kill you. He said, you're going to be equal, but you're just going to go through this every 3 years. I said, I'm not worried about every 3 years. I went through a lot of men and I got through that. I can get through this. That's it. Okay. So today, I must say that I'm very excited that we won the Senate.
I know.
I think you
Woo-hoo!
really- So we have our resident expert on voting. Miss Shirley is, we're not going to talk about Christians, and we're not going to talk about your favorite person, Donald Trump. We're just going to talk about voting blue. Okay, don't bring out the Donald Trump. Okay, so
I'll bet
turning
he's
it
not
in-
feeling real good today.
Yeah, okay, turning it, son of a bitch. Okay, I'm turning the meeting over to Shirley. Let's go blue.
Okay, I had no idea I was going to speak. So hi,
I
everyone.
told you yesterday, you don't know.
Hi.
No, I don't.
Good.
Yesterday was yesterday. I'm 76
go ahead.
today. I only remember now.
Take it away. Politics.
Tried to scramble in my head how I want to start. I'm going to make the assumption that everyone who is here that lives in the United States votes. Because if you don't,
Okay.
Of course.
get off this form right now.
I,
I don't
I-
vote when I can't vote.
everybody has a right to
Also,
vote. or not.
I said if you,
I'm not a citizen. Yeah.
yeah, if
Oh,
you, I
okay.
said if you're allowed to vote in the United States, we watched this weekend a series of things from World War II through Korean War. And
Mhm.
it was, I'm not going to go on and on, but y'all know that my dad was a career Army officer. He was at D-Day. He was at Battle of the Bulge. And then he was sent to Korea when that conflict started. And he was Medical Service Corps, and 121 men were captured by the Chinese, which broke the Geneva Convention.
Right.
And they were held prison. The ones that survived, the 121 were captured and 19 survived after 3.5 years. I can't imagine growing up with because my dad was crazy and all this other stuff, but you know what? He loved this country and he gave a lot of himself to his country. And when I have somebody say, "Oh, I don't have time to vote," or "I don't know who to vote for," I just
I get that.
I really get upset. It's like you just have no idea. You have no idea what people have sacrificed so that we could go in. And we should have learned from the
Freedom.
last. Well, look what happened 3 years ago, 2 years ago. They were out throwing ballots away and hiding ballots and
Mhm.
making new ballots. We have to vote. Every single person who is a citizen of this country must vote. I
agree.
almost feel like it should be mandatory, but it doesn't. I'll go get my hair cut in about an hour. And if I ask her, "Did you vote?" she'll look at me and go, "Do you have to ask me that every time there's a vote?" I don't believe in voting. But you believe in spending $20,000 on a cruise, $20,000 on a new Infinity, but you don't believe in taking 5 minutes. I don't say this to her. This is what my head does. It just spins like this,
Yeah.
Don't tell me. My grandpa was, my grandpa was a poor, dirt poor farmer in the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma. And he actually came up with a great Sooner rush. Came up from Texas, rode his horse and claimed a piece of land up near Muskogee, Oklahoma. And the last time I ever saw him was just before I was going off to college. And I adored him. And he always called himself the judge. He would, when I was getting married and this big, wedding like you have for your sorority and a fraternity and all this, and he called me one day and he goes, "Slim, this is the judge. I need to talk to you about that wedding." He goes, "I got a lot of money that you could use for something else." He said, "You come down here to Muskogee and I'll get Pete to marry you for $1." Pete was the justice of the peace, and he was my grandpa's brother. I asked him in that conversation, I said, "How do you know who to vote for?" This man had a portrait, can you tell, like that big, one of FDR and one of JFK.
Mhm.
And he said, "Slim, you go into that ballot room and you mark Democrat, 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 Democrat." He said, because, and he pointed to FDR, "That man saved this family and saved this country." They were starving in the Dust Bowl. And people all over the country said, "Just let it go to waste. Who cares about Oklahoma and Kansas?" And wish they had let Texas go to waste. He said, he went through this whole thing about how much FDR had done for just his family, giving them jobs, giving them dignity with the CCC programs and the WPA work programs. To this day, I turned 76 today. Thank you. And I have never missed voting. I